Hey everybody, this is Cyrock Omega, and welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4 multiplayer as Communist Germany. I'm gonna get my headphones in before I unmute. Don't do the music. So let's get that going. All right. Okay.
The world, I'm prepared with.
All right, we're live.
Just
What
want
was
to
that?
remind you that you did that.
What
I
happened?
want to remind you that you destroyed whatever moral superiority we have over anybody.
Who, me?
Oh, Chris, what are you
Oh.
prepared with?
Oh yeah, that.
That
Yeah.
we're our allies.
Didn't I nuke them like 11
Yeah,
times?
no, a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like,
Alright.
yeah, you know,
You ready on pause?
like, oh, hey, this
Yep,
ain't good.
I'm ready.
Okay.
This ain't good for our public relations, buddy, man.
Heh.
This is
Look, man, this ain't Stalin's. This ain't Stalin's Russia. It's Trotsky's.
all the propaganda that they don't even need to work on propaganda anymore. Like, it's just a picture of Paraguay
On fire.
This is what they do to their friends. What do you think they'll do to us?
Yeah. So, South Africa, doing all right.
Let's be fair. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, so yeah, South Africa.
I mean, we're doing what we can, but
Yeah, all
Very
my troops
slowly.
are out of- We're
Very
we are
slowly,
being
what the
afflicted
hell?
by attrition now.
oh great. Okay, what are you building?
Me?
Yeah.
What am I building? Like, what do you mean? Specifically?
So, yeah, like the things we want to be focusing on are stuff in Angola, and specifically infrastructure, naval bases, and your airport.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I'm building all. Well, first I put the airport on blast. So we're building right now. I'm upgrading the airport to level 10. It's at level 4 right now in Mozambique, and also doing that both Mozambique and South Angola. Those are the airports. Then after that, simultaneously being constructed are naval dockyards in South Angola. They only get the right thing.
Not dockyards. We need
Yeah.
naval bases.
Let me see if I think I had some under construction. Okay, well, it's not. I think it's
Naval bases give us more supply.
yeah. Some. I wish there was a way that it would just, always you could just switch it so the default is to go put it at the top of the list. But anyway, here we go. So yeah, we're now building a bunch of naval bases.
Okay, yeah.
We want to focus in South Angola first? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Or Mozambique?
Mozambique, it's... I can't really do anything to help you there.
Yeah. Well, I'm building stuff there as well, but...
I mean, you don't want to lose it if you can avoid losing it.
Yeah, I mean, it can be retaken too. But I think, it's going to be hard for them to push in because they have a lot of the same problems.
Yeah, they're doing it, though.
It's going to be slow, though. That's the thing. I mean, we have a decent amount of troops down here. They're not the best, though. They have a lot of shit.
If you built maybe 1 or 2 more naval bases in Mozambique, you might be able to alleviate a bit of your attrition.
If I take some of the troops off of Mozambique?
No, if you build some more bases so you can get some supply in.
Oh, like
Naval
Okay.
base, not dockyard.
Yeah, no,
naval
I'm
base.
building. Yeah, I'm building those right now.
But my recommendation would be to focus on Angola, prioritize Angola, because if we can keep my tanks supplied, then I can push through.
Okay, well, let's see. Angola is prioritized. 15 factories are working on 4 dockyard, or not dockyards, naval bases there.
Okay.
And then I have 7 being built in Mozambique, and I have, so simultaneously right now, top priority is the airport and the naval bases in South Angola. And then everything else is kind of just down a little bit. There's a total of 45 factories, it seems, working on this right now. I don't know why I can't have more working on it, because I have like 100. Oh, and use a lot of, yeah, never mind. Have any trade going on? Do I have any unnecessary trade? I do. Aluminum. Oh, yeah, I definitely want to cancel this.
I love how John's leader is exiled from his country.
That's weird.
Wait, what?
Take a look at John's leader.
Yeah, that's weird.
Exile? How the fuck did you get?
That's impressive.
Where? Where are you living now?
Yeah, I know, right?
Probably Moscow.
Socialist Republic of Germany. Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe it's
Exile.
programmed that he's only supposed to be in charge of East Germany, and because East Germany doesn't exist, he's exiled. That seems logical.
I just love that they gave him that. I just love that the Allies and Axis couldn't figure out what to do with East Germany and just gave it to me, the anarchists, in my anarchist. Like, I didn't think they'd let me do that. I was like, oh wait, I can just take it, and they don't care. Okay, fine with me. Like, they took away all my French era territory that I
Bled for.
Speaking of the French, oh my god. Why, what? Why, wait a minute.
Why are we paused?
American War on Cuba.
Someone paused it. Wasn't me.
Oh, that was me, yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so
Cuba
we
is
have
fighting a defensive war.
We're fighting a defensive invasion.
It seems to be all your wars, Steve.
Well, this invasion just sucked. We fucked it up. I mean, say what you will about the invasion of Ireland. That was not defensive. It failed, but it was not defensive.
Alright, well, at least you're making ground there. In Angola.
Yeah, that's because my tanks are there.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying fixing Angola is the priority.
Alright,
Yeah,
and
that's
hopefully you
what
should
we're
be able to
working on
block
right
off
now.
the 12k. Like, send a couple dudes to just occupy those dudes. In the little sticky outy bit.
I'm waiting. Oh,
I don't know if we can,
there we go. I've tied them down a bit, but it's not going to last long.
Okay, do you want me to try to move into that 12k, 11k?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sending some troops into that area.
basically, if we can hold them there, they cannot reinforce. They can't reinforce this area I'm trying to get
Yeah,
into.
we're losing the assault on them though. Really
It
bad.
doesn't matter if we lose. We just need to stop them from moving before my trucks get there.
Alright, I'll keep the pressure on them then.
Try a little harder.
Fortunately, I don't think we have enough supply to launch like an effective attack with my troops over here.
Seems that way.
Are any of your troops even attacking? Because I'm the only one I see moving. Okay, there
They
we
were
go.
before,
Got it.
and they lost. They lost the assault. Yeah, they can't. They don't seem to be able to hold them there right now.
Well, you overran someone over there.
Where?
In the central province. Alright, I mean, if you could just move in there, what's the supply like? It's actually better where you're attacking into.
Yeah, the thing is, once we take some ground from South Africa, we might be, we'll probably get some benefits from their, you know, from their infrastructure, but... Let's see... Logistics Company 3.
I mean, and, like, logistics things, you gotta make sure they actually put them in your units.
Yeah, no, I've already done that, I believe. Unless this is a really... And
Yeah.
yeah, these guys have lots of stuff.
In the support stuff.
In the templates. Yeah, they have all the support stuff. Problem is, none of it's very good yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, part of this game is making sure that you get stuff when you need it.
Yeah.
Because, like...
One that you don't forget about things.
Yeah. Like, there's... I mean, technology-wise, there is just so much that you can go for. Like, you can do at least one thing in every tab at any given point, and you only have so many slots. So you just gotta... You gotta kind of focus on some things, or just try and have a very wide berth, I guess. You know, either work a little bit on sort of a lot, or really focus on a couple things. And even then, technology, like, there is a limit to... Like, eventually you'll just... Your tech will have, you'll be ahead of time, basically.
Yeah. Well, like, the jet fighters you can have in this game, I think are, like, really... Probably closer to, like, 1950 something.
Yeah, I think I've got one of the earlier ones.
I've got a few, I think, so far.
Yeah, like, the jet fighter is 1945.
Yeah, but even then they weren't really used that much in the...
No. I can't imagine they were probably mostly experimental at that point, right?
Yeah.
They weren't really implemented to the Korean War, at least for the United States.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at least, like, you know, in an actual military context. I mean, they were tested before.
Yeah.
And I know there were some jet, like, you know, like the Nazis had some jets.
Mm-hmm.
They had the engines. They didn't really have.
They did have one. They did make one that I don't think it worked very well though. Because I think that was the ME-262. But yeah, they just like to shoot rockets.
That would be an interesting mechanic. Is that there's no actual... What? Oh, okay. There's no actual slowdown for getting technology when you're ahead of time. It'd be cool if there was... If you went too quickly, it was terrible. Like, the quality of it would have to catch up.
That'd be great. That would be smart. It would make sense, too. Because, you could bum rush science.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Like, you get an advantage in a sense.
Yeah.
But, like, they're really easy to shoot down or something.
Planes, but they fall apart in mid-flight.
Yeah.
What?
French Commune joined the Chinese United Front.
Oh.
That's your vassals, your puppets faction.
Oh my god!
Oh, well.
Don't worry, they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Well,
Chinese United Front.
isn't going to be around much longer, in my opinion.
No,
Like,
it won't.
It's going to happen.
That's so weird.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Alright, well, you're doing pretty okay in Angola.
So, Paraguay's president the same president who is
Yeah.
we fought? Okay,
Yes.
that's very funny. Like, you nuked him a bunch of times.
Yep.
I just feel like at that point I'd resign, personally. But, that's just me.
Now, what's a casual nuking between friends?
It's just a casual nuke.
Yeah, I mean, hey. Sometimes you just gotta get it out of your system.
And into someone else's system, as it were. Into some,
A highly irradiated system.
yeah, highly irradiated. Hey. Oh my god! Chris, you just nuked Tibet?
Ha!
Good god, man.
Wow. Dude. Dalai Lama is just dust in the wind now. Talk about becoming nothingness.
Ah, jeez. Okay.
Oh, there's another. And another.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I mean, to be fair, the U.S. did nuke France a bunch of times, which I feel like eventually. I feel like the French just wouldn't be too happy about that. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like,
In a civil war.
you liberated your country. Like, but yeah, I guess. I think the southern half of France is gone now.
Probably.
I don't think it exists anymore. Which, you know, I don't appreciate either, because I'm downwind. But thanks to somebody whose name starts with a T, I can't even write a letter to the U.S. complaining about how they're nuking France next door, because then they're just gonna go say, "Hey, what about Tibet?" They're like, "Oh."
What are you talking about? I'm just
What
assisting them in building their reservoir lakes.
what Tibet is what you're saying?
Oh, that's a very PRC talking point there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm not making this up, but Russia is the most nuked country in the world.
Not surprised.
They repeatedly dropped nuclear bombs on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Soviet Union was too lazy to properly invest time to build reservoir lakes.
I mean, to be fair, the United States just dropped it on like poor people who live on islands. I don't think there's really any good nuclear testing stories out there.
No, this wasn't a test. They knew exactly what was going to happen. They knew all of the damage it was going to cause, all of the cancer it was going to cause, but it was much faster and cheaper than digging a hole the old-fashioned way. So they just dropped the nukes and filled the crater with water.
Wow, yeah, that sounds like something that the United States would do in the Fallout series.
Okay, we are having a problem in South Angola.
What's the problem?
Our people are all in retreat.
No, my tanks are
Overrun.
still moving.
Your train, yeah, your tanks, but
See if you could send one of those tanks to try and
my guys
encircle.
lost all their supply.
What? What, John?
Try and send one of your tanks to encircle those guys. Like, you just send them down that one province, then west. Ah, okay. Well, I was thinking that you would overrun them so they wouldn't actually have guys there, but they still do. I mean, you're getting there. You're doing alright. So I think once I'm done with my dinner in a second, we should talk about Crusader Kings 3. A little off topic, I know, but related enough.
I've heard only good things about it so far.
Yeah, it's
The
very
Chinese
good.
Republic wanted to sign a pact of non-aggression.
Who
Dude,
does?
I'm almost in the same faction as you.
Who?
No, I'm just going to decline this because we already basically have a pact of non-aggression.
Yeah.
And you let the French Commune join.
Nah.
And like, you know, I want to help them out, but I don't think there's much we can do about that one. Damn it, South Africa.
Truly communism's greatest nemesis.
Unlike Tibet.
Yeah.
Let's see, what is Tibet now?
A crater.
Yeah, probably.
Remember the Himalayas?
So
I don't.
I like how you annexed all the land you nuked.
A very Soviet policy.
I guess that's actually, you know, a little bit more responsible than, I guess, just, you know, saying, hey, this is your mess.
Oh, don't worry. He will.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm sure.
Dude, the only reason to invade Tibet is to give China more land.
Well, there goes the French Commune. Hope France is happy about rebuilding southern France. Oh my god, and it looks like... So if you take a look at the pie chart for France.
Yeah. Fascists.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
getting there.
it might still go fascist.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. No, you're not French if you're not fighting other Frenchmen. It ain't France if it's not in revolt. Hold on, I'm gonna step away for a second.
So the U.S. declared war on Cuba.
So, Napoleon III had nearly 99% support among the people of France. Unfortunately for him, all of the people who supported him did not live close to him. He had basically 0% support in the city of Paris, which honestly was all that mattered. You're holding out pretty decently in Mozambique. I mean, you're losing ground, but it's fairly slow. Steve, we have an airport.
Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna start moving planes over there. And we have air superiority already. Wow, okay, actually, we're doing good. I think taking out that airport really, really hurt them.
Yeah, because they have nowhere to send their planes to now.
Yeah.
We completely took out their entire air force.
I don't know about that, because it looks like they have two down here in Natal. It says 214 to 517 airplanes at the base. And you have another one that has 350 to 855.
Where?
This is in eastern South Africa, near Pretoria. There's two airports.
Really? I'm not seeing any.
No, I'm not
I see
seeing
three, actually. I see one in the south as well. I'm looking at the military map. Yeah, I see three showing up.
Like, are you looking at little red squares?
I'm looking at airports. There's airport symbols right here in Natal. Transvaal, around 437 to 784 airplanes.
Yeah, I don't see the airports.
That's weird. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some, maybe it's an intelligence thing? I'm not
Maybe you have visibility and we don't.
Maybe. I'm not sure why you guys we wouldn't be sharing visibility though. If he...
So yeah, unlike Hearts of Iron 4 and especially Imperator Rome, Crusader Kings 2 is worth getting at launch. There are
Crusader Kings 3.
3, yes, 3. Sorry,
because
I'm gonna.
Crusader Kings 2 already came. Oh my god!
I'm gonna be calling it. I'm gonna be calling it Crusader Kings 2 a lot, I'm sure. First time actually playing like a sequel to a Paradox game that I've already played.
Yeah.
I thought you have Crusader Kings.
Oh yeah, that is true, but it's like at launch. I mean,
how is the original Crusader?
It's not good. It is very clunky.
Yeah, it's kind of the impression I got from seeing people talk about it.
Like older Paradox games are like, all right, let's do it. We're gonna make super simulators of these historical events. Usability be damned, you have to be smart to play these games. And
they're pretty arcane, some of them.
Yes. They really are. Like, they honestly feel like they're older than they actually are. Like, I think the first one came out in like 2008. It feels like it came out in like 2003.
Yeah. No, there's also like, I remember, because before I ever like played EU4, I think I played EU3 or EU2's demo.
Wow.
One of the two. And it was like, I had no fucking clue what I was doing.
Yeah, I've played EU3.
I did not understand anything in that game. Though, I mean, it was only a demo, but still, it was really complicated. Like,
Paradox
even
games
like
are...
EU4 is like less complicated than that. And EU4 I don't really understand at all.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Paradox
to an
games is
extent,
still
I do.
complex because there's just a lot of moving pieces to them. But, like, earlier Paradox games are, like, an enigma.
Well, the UI isn't very well put together. I mean, that,
Yeah.
I think is like one of the biggest things about any game. Like a lot of games that, there are a lot of good games out there that have like shitty UIs,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes it like 10 times. That's where the difficulty comes from.
Yeah.
In a lot of games, anyway. Now, like even this game gets a little bit. There's a few areas I wish they did a little bit differently. Where like your production, like as someone who like looks at this, like I really wish it was not a list. Like I
Yeah.
know you can filter things out, but man, this production thing, once it gets like at first it's fine, but like as it gets more complicated, it just keeps stretching down and down,
Yeah.
down.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
Like,
I tried to organize it so that my army stuff's at up top, then my air force, then my navy, so I know generally where to scroll to at any given point.
I tried to
Yeah,
do something
same.
similar to that, but
same thing, but it's like, but even then, you're still
Even
ordering
then.
them by, you're still giving them priority.
yeah, I wish there were like separate tabs for military, for like ground, land, and air, like just complete separate
Yeah.
tabs.
Yeah,
because that
exactly.
I could deal with a lot. Like it just would be a lot less of a headache. Like been scrolling down, trying to figure out like exactly how many like what am I even build? Like I'm not building any boats. No, I'm building a destroyer hull. Ugh. I mean, I do need the destroyer hull. How did I? Yeah, tuba boats.
Yeah, those are your disposable escorts.
Yeah. Also, the other thing I don't like is like, for like artillery or for airplanes, I know exactly how many I have already right here on the production screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anywhere on the production screen where you can look and see, oh, I have this many destroyers. Maybe I can not make any more for a little while.
Yeah, they don't have that.
Yeah. Where you have to kind of like go hunting for your boats to find out exactly how many you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so there are a few things missing from CK3 that are in CK2, but pretty much only because they're DLC. That you can't play as
Yeah.
probably the biggest thing is that you can't play as the Republics yet. And even then, that's not big.
That's not really a big
No.
focus, though.
That's basically you can't play as like 3
Honest.
countries.
It's,
And-
well, it's only a real big loss because you can't be Venice, and Venice is really fucking important to that time period.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Like, I just hope that they really focus on historical events. Because, like, one of the biggest downsides of CK2 is just that it's, like, it's pretty stagnant. Nothing really changes other than just what you take. What land you take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
well,
that's one of the things I really like about EU4 compared
Yeah.
to CK2.
Oh, it's
That
all
there's a
about
lot of,
change.
like- Yeah,
Pure progress. In progress in a way that things move forward. In some ways, you're making things worse for everyone else in the world. But yeah.
it kind of is like the story of EU4. Like,
Yeah.
You are basically the worst.
Your imperialism.
Yeah, man. Okay. Well, I was having a pretty good assault on the guys here, but that didn't work out.
Alright.
Okay,
right now.
try now. Holy shit! You want me to move my guys right into your nuclear blast?
Yes.
Hey man, the wind will take it away. It's fine.
See, it's working.
So probably one of the nicest things that CK3 adds is that it's like peasant rebellions don't just pop up out of nowhere. It's based on like it's kind of more like in EU4, how it's based on how much people in a province hate you, and you can actually kind of gauge that.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, very basic thing that that makes it's a lot nicer. Then
Can you play as a peasant rebellion?
no, you're still tied to being a noble family. You have to be a landed noble.
Holy shit. Oh my god, wait. That just reminded me of something fucking hilarious. So, today I looked up, like this morning, remember Peasant's Quest?
Yeah.
From Homestar Runner?
Yep.
I looked it up and I was like, man, I kind of want to play Peasant's Quest. And I didn't find it. But I did find a Patreon, and someone is making an adult Peasant Quest.
Really?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the game. I didn't look it up. There was just the second, like, someone's making a game called Peasant Quest, an adult game called Peasant Quest. Which, I don't know, good on them, I guess.
That's weird.
It's just a very weird topic to have, like, an adult game being based on, like,
a Homestar Runner joke.
Like, when I say adult, I mean, like, pornographic.
Yeah,
yeah,
like, I figured.
Yeah.
I got it.
Alright. No, I just wanted to make sure, because I just started, I was like, what? Okay. Like, I guess Rule 39 really, for Rule
42?
I'm bad at the internet. Which rule is it?
I
forgot.
I'm blanking.
34.
34? Yeah, 34, that's it.
Rule 34, yeah.
Another nice thing, it's a small thing, but it's a nice thing that's actually added in CK3, geography. So there are mountains that you can't cross that aren't just the Alps. And there are also rivers that are too large that you cannot, you have to cross them at certain points.
That's nice. Yeah, I like that. That adds a lot more tactical and strategic thought to the game, because I mean, CK2 is just a numbers game, basically.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sure, your unit composition does matter, but like, if you're outnumbered,
it only matters for your retinues.
Huh.
Because since feudal levies are such a mishmash, they are only capable of rolling a single tactic. So whichever has the most numbers is going to win, because you're both using that same tactic and they're neutral against each other. But retinues, because you control the composition, you can actually make them roll whatever tactic you want them to. Which means that it's not uncommon for a retinue force a third of the size of a feudal levy to just steamroll through the feudal levy.
I've captured an American operative. Margaret Chipman has been caught attempting to infiltrate our administration and leak secret information back to her superiors. Upon interrogation, she revealed herself to be a foreign asset for Office of Strategic Services operating on German soil. It is still yet unknown what the exact nature of American interest in our nation is, or what sections of our administration have already been exposed to the eyes of American intelligence. With Margaret Chipman imprisoned and awaiting further interrogation, we can only hope that eventually she will reveal all there is to know of American operations in the Socialist Republic of Germany. We have ways of making you talk. So another nice thing is that
we'll send her to the Estonians.
No, not the Estonians. Anyone but the Estonians.
The
All right.
Estonians.
So what else? Let's see. Yeah, there are definitely things that are in CK2 that are not in CK3 yet, at least. So I feel that one of the nicest things that they added is there's a stress mechanic for when you do something that is against your character's personality. If you take too much stress,
Awesome.
you start to take you have problems. This is really bad when you are shy.
Oh.
You gain stress when you try and make people like you more.
Oh my god.
I realize
That's
that
great.
it's pretty bad, but I don't blame them. It's ugh. Like and you generally have fewer traits. Like you generally have like three traits that are your defining personality, and they don't really change from what I have gathered, which I feel like is kind of cool in some ways, kind of not in a few other ways.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I feel like people generally do not change drastically. Well, I don't even want to say that. Like, it is common for an adult to kind of basically be the same person for most of their lives. Like, in
Yeah.
real life, I feel. Like, even if there are things that outwardly would look pretty similar, would look like drastically different, there is some common basis to who they are as a person that really kind of informed that change.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I see what you're saying there.
Like, there's an argument. Yeah. Like, but I just feel like it adds a simplicity to it that it's not like you're just a mess of personality traits that just kind of get lost and end up being meaningless other than being a stat.
Oh yeah, and the other thing with CK2's personality traits is that for the most part they work well together, but then you have like really weird combinations sometimes. that
Yeah.
Don't make much sense. Like you have like hair, like what, like what is that? Like kind,
Yeah.
but
Kind of.
for
Yeah.
like yeah, probably not. Like it just doesn't seem like two things that go together. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I don't quite know if there may be some mismatching in CK3. Not that I've noticed yet, though. What are some other things? So, you know what is one thing that you feel that's kind of iconic of medieval times that was not in CK2 at all? Like, what would you say? This is the most medieval European thing that you could think of that is
The
completely
Inquisition?
absent in CK2.
The Inquisition, maybe?
What do you say, Steve?
Inquisition?
No. I mean, you could argue that is in it, but not as distinctly. What were we gonna say, Chris?
Being a vassal of two kings at the same time.
That's a bit more specific, but also true. But yeah, it doesn't quite exist here. I was going for the very simple knights.
Oh yeah. I mean, there are knights in CK2, but they're not like
Recav.
That's a very specific thing. It's like a knight is to be a knighted person, to be an individual that has a position of as a sir. You know, like that is.
So you mean the not like the actual heavily armored horseman? You mean the actual like knighthood nobility?
like the
Yes.
institution of
Yes, like that.
yeah, that did not exist.
Correct. So now instead of commanders, you have knights that are like in all of your fights, and that they have benefits that they're like commanders, but they're just kind of there and they help with the fight. They have a prowess stat that is it's kind of like the personal combat stat. And you also have a commander that you have that is actually leading troops, but you also just have knights who you want to have the highest prowess. So I think that's I think it's a good thing to have done that. Yeah. that is all the kind of small changes that sort of add up to that come to my mind immediately. I feel like declaring war, it's clear what you are doing. Like the UI is more obvious.
So, which brings me to a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is Conquest similar to CK2, where
Okay.
you have these weird rules?
Where
You
if
can only take this place.
yes, that is still there. Sadly, like there's no
I mean, I get why
going
I
beyond the
get-
pale.
I get why it's there mechanically.
Yeah,
It's just so heavy-handed.
yeah. It's all or nothing, or yeah, all or nothing, and nothing being a white
yeah,
piece.
technically. I mean, like maybe you should be able to steamroll things, but like that makes it very, very difficult to control.
Yeah.
Like to the point where it'll
Like-
revert.
Yes, I think that's a
to a different state.
like I feel like if you can take more land, but it is just so unable, you are unable to manage it in any way. Which another mechanic that does exist is that every county has a degree of control that can change based on events and stuff, and that's I believe it's kind of like autonomy in EU4. I feel. I don't quite know the details of it yet, but. And also, another little thing that I think is good that they've done, and yeah, I could be wrong about this because I've only really played as Galicia, and but it feels like that the value of troops is increased, so it's like you generally have fewer men. It's not like, oh, 10,000? That is a solid amount for my small country or something. So I don't know what exactly the exchange is based on, I don't know how many guys the Holy Roman Empire has, and how much the EU, how much the Byzantines have, how much the Abbasids have at any given start date. But just at where I am right now, it feels like they are, it's more realistic to medieval levies. And they're kind of more obvious about it, that it's like, yeah, these are basically just dudes you picked up off the farm that are coming to fight for you. And that's why you need knights and men-at-arms as well, who are more like your retinue. Which you can, raise and lower, but they're more expensive when they are raised. So you generally... and you can actually lower them. Yeah, it's a good game. If you don't want to get it immediately, it may not be too bad to maybe wait for one of the larger... Well, that's strange. Did we notice this before? Look at Britain.
Oh, they just flipped.
Yep. At least some point recently.
Oh, and now they're in the
Yeah, when we
Allies.
started, they were still controlled by Halifax.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also now, Union of Britain.
Well, now we have to crush them to prove who's the superior communists.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is that if they're going communist, there's a good chance they're going to tell us they want to get rid of all our colonies.
Which would be good, because then we'd be fighting the defensive war.
Yeah.
It's true.
And hopefully, hopefully the US would leave the Allies. I mean,
They're not going to.
I mean, if they just finish their war, they may. They just gotta defeat Cuba.
Did they ever leave the Allies?
The United States, did they ever leave?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did they ever...
they're part of the Allies.
No, I know, but can they leave?
Yeah.
They...
They don't leave them.
No, I don't think they will. But once we get Praeteria, we've won. Okay, Steve. How do we want to do this?
I think they're just gonna. I'm not sure if I want to just annex it or if I want to puppet.
Puppet would probably be better.
Let's
I
see.
don't know.
What do they? Do they have any resources that's valuable?
Yeah, did they have a ton of like tungsten or something?
Chromium, I think.
Chromium.
A lot of chromium, which I believe I already have a lot of chromium, not thousands. So.
I mean, controlling the cape is very important.
Yeah, but we could do that regardless of whether it's annexed or puppeted.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to split Namibia off of them.
Unless
No, I
you
think I
unless
like
you
the
two want to
puppet
split it
involved.
yourselves.
I've got some guys in East Africa, so I'm fine with South Africa being a foothold for Steve.
All right.
What I'm thinking with this,
You want a puppet?
yeah, but I might take a couple states for myself. I might take the Cape. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, huh. Wouldn't be the prettiest map.
Well, they have cores on all of these.
Okay, yeah, just puppet the whole thing then, I think.
Yeah, because they've actually got a decent manpower pool, if I remember correctly. So if you puppet them, at the very least, they will defend the Cape themselves without you having to do anything.
Yeah, which I like. I like that. I can always send troops to help them out, too.
Basically, what their job is going to be is they are the Cape control, the Cape Patrol. And yeah.
Yeah, just click done now because you can only puppet. You can't take multiple states for some reason.
And it's a
Why is it
puppet.
showing such a small area, though? Puppet
Because
transport?
your government's going to be set up in Transvaal first. Just accept that.
And then you can and make sure you give the land around it to your puppet.
So all I do,
Just click done.
just click done. Okay. You have made demands during this term. What demands do you want to leave the combat? I can't click done.
Sorry, not done. Click enter.
I can't click end turn either. You can't make these demands this turn. Is that lower
It's
your
too
score
expensive.
too far below?
Okay, then pass.
So 17 pass? Pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pass. Try now.
Still won't let me puppet. It cost 53, which I seem to have more than that, but
I don't know how the numbers work here.
still can't end turn.
But this is definitely one of the worst parts of Hearts of Iron 4, which is saying a lot for the quality of the game, I suppose.
I've given you all of my score.
Okay, now I can do it. Let's see, 161 and turn.
I feel like this is one of the places that really shows that they intended this to be like a multiplayer thing, because it's like, how can we divide up all this land that we just took?
You guys gotta click done.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just
yeah, I do.
I'm just making sure everything's Okay.
The Cape Commune.
Nice.
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright then. So George the Sixth is still the popular figurehead in the Union of Britain.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, they've still got that modifier. Because I think they did it just because Chris was pouring communism over them. They decided to flip. They didn't actually do the event to get rid of the monarchy.
Yeah, I do like the. I do think it's kind of funny the monarchy is still there.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just a... I don't know.
At least fascist Canada didn't happen this time. Fascist Canada, like, it's kind of amazing that dude has the face that he has.
Yeah.
God, that dude is terrifying.
Evil Vincent Price.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he looks exactly like, he looks a lot like Vincent Price.
Man, could they just land in Cuba and end it? Man.
What I think is fucking hilarious is that, yeah, the U.S. is not. They declared war on Cuba and they haven't done anything.
But the Bay of Pigs times 100.
It's just like this is like, well. Yeah, yeah. Oh no, look, they're actually having a Bay of Pigs down there right now. It's hard to see. Can't tell
Yeah,
what's going on, but it looks like they're actually doing the Bay of Pigs.
they're trying to land.
Which looks like it might work as poorly in this game as it did in real life.
There goes Tibet.
Leon Trotsky has announced the cowardly Tibetan nation no longer withstand the pressure from the God. What a rude thing to say from the overwhelming presence of Soviet forces throughout the country. The Tibetan government. I mean, you nuked them a bunch of times. Now let's see. See, one thing I would like to see more of in this game is more like ways to kind of really mess with the other factions, because you can really throw a wrench in like other countries to an extent, but like actually like manipulating an entire faction is pretty not really a thing you can do.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I feel like there's definitely like you should be able to like try to split like the United States off the Allies. You know, it may not have a very high chance of success, but I think that should be something you should be able to do, because yeah, or like the Union of Britain right now, like.
Yo, you going after China next, Chris?
No, I'm going to end that stupid ass war in Cuba.
Oh. You declare
Why are you
war
gonna
on
end the
Cuba?
war in Cuba?
Because you guys said you wanted the war in Cuba to end.
How are you going to
So
end the
I'm
war in Cuba?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
so I'm going to end the war in Cuba.
What, you're going to tell the United States not to invade?
No, I'm going to do the Bay of Pigs better than they can.
See about that. A lot of people have said that. Oh, yes, steal Cuba from the United States.
That's a big Soviet move
Yes.
there.
Yes, very, very, like, yeah, put some nukes there.
Yeah, air bases.
What the fuck is my army doing down here? Wandering around. Okay, it's time to set up a front line on Belgium's African territory.
That's a good idea.
Since eventually we'll probably be fighting them.
The sensitivity for my scroll has increased a lot somehow. Hmm.
Wait a minute. Oh my god.
What?
So I just realized why a number of my troops weren't doing so well, so hot in that combat.
Mm-hmm.
They were drilling.
Steve. Steve. Oh. Oh.
Oh my god.
I didn't even turn it on this time. I must have already had that. I didn't even. I don't know why they would have been drilling.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ihre Befehle.
How frustrating that is. You know, my army is a joke. I'm sorry. Everything in this campaign has been nothing but to show me the army. My army sucks.
Bereit. Befehle. Angetreten. Achtung.
Okay,
Ihre
the
Befehle.
garrison gone. Not a garrison. Area defense.
Achtung. Befehle. Zuhören. Befehle.
Okay, stability is back up to 27%.
Cool.
Better than nothing.
What else are good changes in CK3? Oh, probably one of the biggest small things that they changed is now there's a point to prestige and piety, other than just like, hey, I've got high prestige and piety. You basically use those like to declare wars and stuff. Like,
That makes sense.
yeah, you actually use prestige, you spend prestige and piety to do things, but it's also really good to accumulate them because you get benefits when you reach certain thresholds. I forget what the term is, but it's like if you get enough piety, you can. So initially, you can only actually declare holy wars for like a single province, but then once you reach the threshold of piety, you can do it for a duchy, and then eventually, if you get enough, you can do it for a whole kingdom. So, so I think that's really cool. And, like, you don't want to spend it unless you have to, because you want to reach those thresholds. Yeah. But, yeah, it's good. I feel it's a good balance between you want to save, but you also want to spend.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the war thing has always been kind of a little bit of a beef with me for CK2 because it's very mechanic compared with the rest of the game. It's very mechanic heavy.
Yeah. I feel like war seems better in CK3. I haven't really played enough that I feel like I could explain why very well, but I think it's just better.
I feel like I probably put a lot more effort into it than the CK2.
Yeah, probably.
because there's a lot of like CK2. The combat to me is one of the less thought out things.
Yeah.
Oh, they actually made a landing.
Oh, nice.
Wait, in Cuba?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, eventually, because
Yeah, it's just their bodies are the problem.
Are they trying to annex it? I think they are.
It's Mexico invaded Cuba, yeah.
What was it, Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico's been going crazy this whole time, remember?
Oh shit! No, I thought it was the United States that declared war on Mexico.
No.
And Cuba.
Mexico has been declaring war in all of Latin America, and the Allies are like, let's help.
Yeah, the in this game,
it's like backwards. That it's like the US and the UK are helping all the...
Yeah, I don't know. In real life, that wouldn't happen.
No, like...
The United States might do that, but
not for the exclusive reason of creating a Mexican empire. A democratic Mexican empire.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if the United States got behind this project? Like, we're gonna turn Mexico into a global fucking empire.
Yeah.
Like, that's never gonna happen.
No. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, the reason why... Yeah. Yeah.
Like, actually, this is funny because this United States is technically more passive. Well, I guess it's not pacifist because they did nuke France like 300 times. But I mean, talk about abandoning the Monroe Doctrine entirely.
Yeah.
It basically sold it to Mexico.
Yeah. But also in CK3, I haven't actually done it yet because I haven't needed to, because my only wars have been either against my brothers who I have claims on, or against the Andalusian states. But it looks like you can actually fabricate claims at a reasonable pace.
See, that's something I
like. I mean, just all of your... Yeah, just all of your guys, just all of your advisors, they basically function the same way, like the council. They're just... They actually do things like, they do things, and it progresses. It's not a chance, it just keeps going. Until it reaches a threshold, and then you got it. But I think there are instances where it's like, okay, an event can happen and you lose progress, but you actually, it's not like, all right, you have a 1% chance every month until it happens, and it never happens, which is a pretty terrible thing about CK2.
Yeah, well, yeah, sometimes you die before.
Yeah, just imagine you spend your whole life trying to get a single claim on a single county, and that's the only way you could possibly expand anywhere. You get it, and you immediately die, and because it was a fabricated claim, your heir doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Or even worse, you declare war, and you're just about to win, and you die. And then the war is just over.
I had like several civil wars, and well, basically, I was trying to take over France, or West Francia.
Mm-hmm.
And I started a civil war. So, basically beat the French army, but then died.
Yeah.
And so the war was over. At which point, which is really funny. Okay, this is where it gets funny, because the king, the only reason he didn't lose that war was because I just died. So he immediately declared war on my heir. And the civil war basically started again.
Yeah.
Because everybody who was on my side before basically just joined my side again.
Huh.
John,
that era was so stupid.
Can you invite Afghanistan?
Let's see.
Oh, you know why he died?
Why?
Because I had the devil baby.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Your devil baby killed you?
Yeah.
No, I'm...
And it killed my other... so that entire campaign sort of unraveled.
I am, like, 8 points away. I'm gonna improve relations.
I forgot what I was playing as. I also had like a 10-minute game of CK2 where like
Nah.
I didn't realize like how close I was to losing everything,
Yeah.
and then just died, and that was it.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah. I hope they made playing as a count or like lower level more fun though.
But, I've only
It's
played as
not.
an independent ruler, so I can't actually say quite yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because the
It's
thing,
so easy to screw things up for other people as a vassal. It's great.
it is kind of fun. But the thing is, as a vassal, the stronger the government gets,
Should I guarantee
less
Afghanistan's independence?
what?
Chris, should I guarantee
What?
Afghanistan's independence? Does that help?
Sure. I don't know. They might make you like them more, or make them like you more.
Okay, that gave me like 4 points, so that helps. You were saying, Steve?
I forgot.
Yeah. Okay. Your
Oh,
10-minute
it was
debt.
vassals. It was yeah, as the god, like one thing with CK2 is that your ability to play as a vassal as time goes on becomes more and more constrained.
Mhm.
So I hope like they do like a simultaneous thing, like yeah, okay, maybe as a vassal, as the state becomes more centralized, maybe you can't do as much literally, but you have more influence on the king. Like you can influence the state more. Whereas before you could like declare war on your neighbor, but you can't do that after a certain point.
So one of the new mechanics that I think is cool, that is there are cultural focuses in a way that it's like your culture is able to, like it's like technology, that what you could call the head of your culture does. So whoever is the most powerful ruler of your culture is able to like increase the speed at which a certain thing becomes a part of your culture, like heraldry or like increased centralization of monarchy or something that changes laws and stuff. So that's cool. I like that. Probably one of the best things they added is that they have like there are rulership focuses that it's like there are trees that you can go down to depending on like martial diplomacy, stewardship, those things that give you really cool benefits. And you get points depending on what you do that make you progress down those trees, and I think they're really good. And it really makes you a lot of these. This is a thing that makes you want to play as a character for as long as you possibly can, because when that guy dies, then that's over, and you play as a new guy. So probably one of the things that I know that you won't like, Chris. So I started in 1066, and from what I can tell, there's not a good, easy way to get primogeniture for at least a couple hundred years. So I mean, the good news, it's from what I can tell though, there's no vassal limit, so I don't think there's too much of a problem as long as you just have one kingdom. I think I had 2 sons, and I had the king of Galicia and Navarra. I just destroyed Navarra. So it looks like you can just destroy kingdoms that would be inherited by an heir.
Okay, that's good.
Unless I had some sort of unique situation. But yeah, you are still partitioned if you do have multiple kingdoms. So I don't think it's too bad.
So they getting closer to joining us?
Let me see. Like I got a non-aggression pact as well. So now they're up to like we're at 50 positive, 50 negative. So whenever I get one more reason, they should be willing to join.
Okay, keep an eye on them because I've been working on these guys for a long time and I'd like to put my attention somewhere else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm working on Brazil still, and it's going slow. Let's say that.
So far, I really like Crusader Kings 3. Like, a lot of the small things that annoyed me about CK2 are pretty much gone. And it has added some larger things that I do really enjoy. Yeah, I haven't played as a vassal yet.
How many non? Oh, sorry.
No, just go on, go on.
I was wondering how many, like, how are like non-feudal governments handled so far?
I don't know.
Do those exist yet?
You cannot play as a republic, and I don't know if there's anything special for like steppe nomads yet. I think Ikta, as it does function in a lot of ways like European feudalism, is like it.
Not really.
I mean it. Okay, like what are the major differences exactly historically?
There is no guarantee of inheritance.
Okay.
Like, your authority to govern comes only from the ruling caliph.
Okay. All right, yeah. I don't know if there's anything specific in that. As far as how relatively similar it is from CK2, I don't know what the inheritance is like for Muslims in CK3. Like, but as far as vassal liege relations, I feel like isn't Ikta pretty similar in feudal? Like, do they still like swear fealty to a higher ranked liege?
Yes, the caliph.
Yeah, I mean it's like even between the caliph and say the average emir, like you've still got your or I forget the rank.
It's essentially, it's kind of hard to explain.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's also pretty. There's some ways for
the caliph supersedes everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
in theory, though.
Yeah, in theory.
In
Technically,
theory.
Technically, a sultan would have some say over what an emir inside their sultanate would do, but they can't fire them.
Okay.
Only the authority to fire that emir is vested in the caliph.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a mechanic in CK3. It would be good if it was, because that sounds a lot more interesting than just in CK2, where they're basically the same. The only difference being open succession. And even open succession doesn't sound like the way that you described it. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to... if there's anything else that I have to say, but,
I'm thinking about picking it up. It's pricey, though. It's almost like $70.
What are we at, John?
Alright, let's see. Like, there's a website that I got it from. It's still at 50 to negative 50. The website that I got it from, I think, had a bit of a discount. Like, I'll send you a link.
Oh, cool.
And I think it may still be active, but I also have a code that you can get an additional discount. I think I got the edition that actually includes future DLC for like $65.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you for getting that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure that DLC is going to be pricey anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be like $20, so it's better. I think it's better to pay like $15 more now than like $20 later. Or however much the difference is.
How is the Pope?
I don't know if there's too much that's super different. I know that I've asked for money from him when I was doing a holy war.
Did he give you it?
Yeah.
Wow. I've never gotten money from the Pope in CK2.
Oh,
Yeah,
I get money from the Pope all the time. All you have to do is invade him and make sure he can't give it to anybody else.
Well, that's one way to do it, yeah. I mean, willingly, I've never been given any money from the
Oh
Pope.
yeah, I mean it was like I feel I think it's harder to just invite people to your court, so it's more important who you actually have instead of like, hey guys, come to my court so that I can just give you a job, Mr. like 40 Marshal, and then they're like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's, and also the diplomatic range is shorter, more realistically. Like in Spain, I cannot actually interact with people in like Denmark or Greece, for example.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, it's not like, hey, I'm in England. Hey, random like warrior in Byzantium, wanna come over here? Just send me a letter.
Send a letter to like some guy. Like you look
Yeah,
at the white pages.
I heard your number was really big. All right.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I sent you. This is the link to the place that I bought it from, and I will tell you the code that I think should do it. I think it's still. Yeah, if you just use that code at checkout, I think you'll get an additional something % off. And also, the one that I linked you there is the regular version. If you want to get the, like, you could also get the, what's it, the expansion?
Yeah.
Or is it pre-purchase? Yeah, I don't know if the other version's still available. Other version? Oh, no, yeah, the Royal Edition. That one, on this side, it's like, you get an additional 10% off. You may need to tell, I think it's like a European site though, so you may need to tell your bank that you're getting it. That's what I had to do. Like, as you can see, I think the default price, I think before I changed it, was in pounds. But I mean, it's a legit site, that's how I got it. Like, the code was given to a YouTuber that I follow from... Like, the code is probably allowed from Paradox and stuff, you know? So, I mean, just a nice little discount. Guess who also... Okay. So... Guess what benefit Cape Commune still has?
History of segregation?
No?
Edward VIII?
Yep. History of segregation is gone, but Edward VIII is still providing a benefit to the communist South Africa. Cheap labor, though. That's probably not much better than history of segregation.
Yeah, I guess gotta let him stay there, or else he'll just show up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, he's also in Britain.
No, that's that's
right?
That's George VI. I think that's his
George
brother, right?
Edward VIII?
Yeah, Edward
Yeah,
VIII
his
is in
brother.
South Africa.
So what's he doing down there? It's really funny too, because he's not even in. They're not in the Allies anymore.
No, I mean, that's how you... The King for Our People focus gives Edward VIII, brings Edward VIII to South Africa. And it's like, he just murks himself out to whatever fascist wants to have him as king. The brothers of the communist empire. King brothers of communism.
Yeah, this guy's he's a smooth operator if he can switch ideologies this easily.
I don't know if he's switching ideologies as much as he's just kind of hanging out and no one's told him to leave yet.
Yeah, there's a good chance too.
It's like a dude that gets too drunk too early at a party.
He's just wiped out.
Yeah, man, it's like, dude, it's only like 8:30. What are you doing?
Oh, he's like, yeah.
You still at 50-50?
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
Afghanistan. Seems that way. I am improving relations. I've
So,
guaranteed and
Can you put diplomatic pressure on them?
how do I do that?
You're the
It's,
spy.
Yeah, spy.
Okay, I will have to move one of my spies, I think. Or do I have a spy available that I could use?
I do it, but I'm currently using my spies to save my spy from them.
Hmm. Like, I'm not getting a little icon. I don't see a little shield icon. Hmm. Alright, well, I'm gonna infiltrate the, Canadian army. Maybe once they're done, I'll send a guy over there. That'll take, like, 2 months. Yeah, if you're... Yeah, I like CK3. I think it's definitely worth getting right now. And how many kingdoms can have Edward VIII? Like, there's England, obviously. We got South Africa. Can he be in Canada? I'm just thinking
I
of
don't think so.
Kaiserreich. And I feel like that'd be hilarious if it's like just later, like later DLC just makes it so that there are just random countries that can have Edward VIII.
Watch him somehow be the emperor of China.
Yeah.
Someone is really pushing fascist influence around.
You know what would be
Not sure
great?
Who it could be.
Siam, the king and I. Mexico. Can you just imagine like Edward VIII and like Trotsky just running into each other somewhere in Mexico City? Edward VIII is the one with the ice pick.
Jeez.
Sounds like a weird sitcom. Like imagine like both Edward VIII and Trotsky have to take refuge in like a government building in Mexico, and they're like the rooms are right next to each other. This sounds awesome. Yemen gets King Edward VIII. Oh, the place isn't great, but I do like the coffee.
The
Yeah.
Bahamas would actually make sense.
Yeah. You know, you gotta love the United States just going down all their focuses. Like, they're doing War Plan Scarlet Garnet.
Yeah.
So it's like they're getting ready to be able to attack Australia if they need to.
Funny because they eventually just go through all of those.
Yeah, I mean, their focuses,
First time I
so...
saw them doing that, I thought they were going to invade Britain. Never happened.
No, I mean, it gives them a CB, but...
Yeah, the U.S. likes to make plans to overthrow their allies' governments.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
They love to do that.
Yeah. What is War Plan Gray?
Isn't that the reaffirm Monroe Doctrine?
Yes. Well, no, that's the one that's after it, so... Maybe it's kind of like the
Yeah,
proactive version.
It doesn't give it. Yeah, it's for in South America.
Yeah. I wonder if eventually they would just do suspend the persecution.
They usually don't,
Interesting.
but I have seen them do it once.
Yeah.
I actually saw them do it. After I'd installed Wallace Simpson because they had nothing else to do, and
Weird.
they couldn't follow it through and do like anything after that because they weren't a democracy anymore. But
Yeah.
So there's a good chance Brazil will go fascist before it goes communist. If it goes either way.
So how goes
So
your...
Cuba's still holding out.
Yeah. Now how goes your invasion of them?
I'm waiting for the plan to finish.
Okay.
Once that does, it's done.
Where are you invading from?
The Dominican Republic.
Gotcha.
Where are you gonna land?
Havana.
That's what I thought.
Let's
I don't
go.
know why. I don't know why they're going. Why the U.S. is or the Mexico, or whatever, is doing anything else.
That's actually the best place to invade Cuba. Because they tend to, unless they've been forced to send their troops down there, they heavily fortify Havana.
Oh, okay.
But you can pretty much easily take that port and divert their troops and then send someone in backdoor to Havana. Or just push all the way through, because their army is shit.
Yeah, it's Cuba.
They don't have a very large army.
Right there.
Which is why it's hilarious that they are keeping the Americans at bay.
Yeah.
Maybe they should get a special benefit to defending against the United States.
They should. Yeah, that would be great.
That'd be funny. It's like, yeah, this...
Any naval invasion launched of Cuba by the United States just immediately ends badly.
Yeah. Like, it should be an event.
Like it stinks. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Oh, man.
it could be like
Oh,
the
man.
Hindenburg.
Why
Yeah.
why did you think this would work?
And like, there's a maybe 20% chance that it can succeed, and the flavor that is exclusively it is exclusively due to like the daring of a young John Kennedy or something.
Oh, what's his name lost?
Who?
The Kennedy.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Joe the Third.
Bill Kennedy? Yeah. Yeah, they made some very weird. And they're writing about it. I don't know. It's like. The only reason that guy is running is he's a Kennedy.
Yeah. It's not
What,
unlikely.
you don't think his complete lack of qualifications is a good thing?
Is not like I'm like that's the one that's really like kind of like confused me because like with a lot of people like whatever centrist or whatever like you can go and say well okay they have some kind well I don't know I guess Buttigieg was kind of like that too Kennedy but Kennedy like literally I'm not sure if I didn't see much of anything of like substance from him.
Of course not. He was running on the fact that he was a Kennedy alone.
I know, yeah. Well, just it's not surprising that didn't work. Like at this point, like like people don't hate the Kennedys for the most part, but it's also like it's very confusing. Like
They don't hate them, but if you don't give, but they're not just gonna put them in office if they're not given a good reason.
yeah, and it's like just because you're a Kennedy doesn't mean you should be in charge of anything. Like I don't know, it's my personal opinion on the Kennedys. I don't have too many opinions on their family. But if you're gonna run for office, you probably should like a plan and like some kind of
Yeah, a platform.
some kind of plan. It's very useful.
It's like
You want to know what you want to do.
I feel like at this point in our history, we're pretty sick of the people that, at least certain peoples that want to be some sort of important government official just for the sake of doing it and personal power with I mean, of course, that happens all the time, but when they have absolutely zero qualifications, yeah, like absolutely zero. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I was a local representative in like Nebraska or a city alderman or whatever. I want to run for governor. Sure, whatever. You have something, but
well, it's like, yeah, it's like, what if I ran for
like there are things he should start with first.
That's the only thing like I'm not a Kennedy. I guess that's the thing. But I mean really,
at least have a poli-sci degree or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or something like because like I couldn't make a very good argument for why you should vote for me.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't run for anything because of that. Like why me instead of someone else? Probably knows more about how like better at working with people for one.
Yeah,
like
you got to be a special kind of like you got to be only certain kinds of people would ever want to be a a public official like this. Like, you lose a great degree of privacy, for one. Like, you're under scrutiny that you could do something that
From
in your
whack
personal
jobs,
life, like,
too.
what was that?
Like from whack jobs too. Like not just from like the media and like
Yeah.
you know everybody normally, but then you also have like people who are like
You got people in like
even
QAnon
publicly
saying that
saying
you like eat children or something, just because you have taken this job. That's like weird.
Like, yeah, you're gonna have like you have. It's like same with being like a, you know any kind of public figure.
Yeah.
You're gonna have people believing like very strange shit about it. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a politician. Like,
Yeah.
It sounds like fucking a horrible job.
Too much pressure
Like,
for me.
Not too much pressure, and 90% of that job you're just calling donors, like,
Kinda, yeah.
and asking for money. And you know, it's like people wonder, like, oh, why doesn't government ever get anything done? It's like partly because Congress, their whole job is just trying to get reelected.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting more pressure on them, so let me know
Okay.
if does anything.
Nothing right now.
But I mean, like, you can just go on Twitter, like, take a look at like the comments in like AOC's, like any post. It's like,
And she actually has a degree in political science.
She actually
Yeah,
does.
exactly.
She actually, she's actually very well educated.
Yeah. Like, she
Like,
knows
went
what
to
she's talking
school
about.
to do that job.
Yeah. Like, how many people... Yeah, it's like, that's kind of a question. How many actual, like, sitting representatives and senators in the federal government actually studied this stuff? And how many of them are just rich people that just felt like doing it?
I mean, what fucking qualifications did Scott Walker have to be the governor of Wisconsin?
Yeah, I'm curious. What did he do first?
No, he didn't do anything.
He knows to listen to people more powerful than him.
You know, he didn't do that very well either at the end of the day.
Scott Walker.
That's one person who's disappeared completely.
I like how
He showed up at the Republican convention
Was he at the Republican convention?
Yeah.
Did he speak here?
No, he was the main delegate from Wisconsin.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
You know,
I wish they gave him a speech.
I appreciate that the first person, when I go to Wikipedia, there are a list of Scott Walkers. The first one is a singer, and then the governor.
Oh my God.
Like, a singer that died last year.
Guys, look at Mexico.
Oh my goodness.
What happened?
Mexico.
Holy moly.
Scott Walker convicted in the
check
murder
out
of Jody
Mexico.
Cabral.
Dude.
Alright, let's see. How big are we?
No, look who's in charge.
Trotsky. Oh, wow. Who is this? Case.
Tarko. Caius is... Holy shit.
Huh.
He's at war with Union of Britain.
Best
Yeah,
of luck to you.
This isn't gonna end well for him.
No, it's getting very bad.
This is incredible, though.
Where did Caius come back here for?
I have no idea how this started.
How did he even get there? Okay, that's insane.
Alright, so Scott Walker...
Exiled? He must not have been.
Scott Walker was a member of the
Here we
Wisconsin
go.
Second Mexican Revolution. Forces of...
The forces of truth.
So Caius went communist?
No.
Not aligned.
Well, he's not aligned, but
Well,
they're talking about like Red Brigade.
he's leading the atheists against Mexico.
Oh my God, that's right. Kai is such a strange person.
Yep. That's incredible. I'm so glad we got to see that happen.
And Mexico is distracted at the moment. And they also made a landing in central Cuba.
I noticed.
Yeah, so Scott Walker was a member of the Wisconsin State Assembly from 93 to 2002.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Ah, I guess
there you go.
he did do.
Goddamn Americans.
Well, I mean, was it because you landed?
Yep.
Are you
but
gonna
they
partition
got to
Cuba?
go- No, they got to go first for some reason.
Oh, gotcha. I guess
Despite the fact that I won the damn war.
yeah, they probably took more casualties, which is a weird choice. Like, just because you're dead, you got the most dead people, and it's puppeted by the United States, despite Mexico declaring the war.
At least the Americans got it instead of Mexico.
Yeah.
The Americans aren't gonna do anything with it.
Befehle! Ihre Befehle! Angetreten! Befehle!
Leon Trotsky has announced the cowardly Cuban nation could no longer from the overwhelming Soviet forces in the country.
Angetreten!
Looks like Leon Trotsky spoke too soon. So are you still invading them, or?
No, it's over.
That's what I thought. I can see your troops there, though, which is funny. Oh, okay, well, bye, everybody.
Befehle!
So, Steve, how would you feel about fighting the Guanxi clique?
You know, well, I guess it wouldn't be that hard for me to get troops down here. I already have some. But some people in Macau.
I mean, I could take out China first if you're not comfortable with it, but I figured it'd just be easier to do if we had the southern front too.
Yeah, I think at some point, I don't know about tonight, maybe next game we can work on that. Taking that's gonna require me to take a. I'm gonna have to reassign a lot in my army. Let me see what time is it, and I should be getting off pretty soonish. So maybe I'll start moving troops over that way. I don't think we should start the war yet because. And there's what the, oh god, oh, and the army in Macau is just a nightmare.
Yeah, I remember last time.
Well, because remember there was also that time because I logged off first, so the AI redistributed like my entire army. If you remember correctly.
Yep.
Like, so I have like hundreds of armies with just one guy in it down in Macau. This is horrible. Put them back together. Much
Strange AI choice.
Yeah, really. Like, I'm not sure why that would be helpful to them.
Yeah.
Maybe just the way the game like strategizes. But
Like, you think that they'd get benefits for being in like a solid army, but I don't know.
you'd think.
So, did you just give Tibet to China for the sake of China having Tibet?
No, I gave it because it's the easy. Tibet would not be helpful as a puppet, but
Okay.
I need the front on China.
Oh,
What's up, Steve?
god damn it! God fucking damn it!
What'd you do?
Let's just say, oh, my army is getting reorganized. All right.
Oh, what happened?
So, I accidentally combined all my colonial armies into one, which means because they're all over the place, they've all decided to start moving around
Okay.
I was mainly focusing in Macau. That's what I was trying to deal with, but I must have selected way more. Some of,
Huh, Cayenne isn't doing that badly.
which is surprising, very surprising. Okay, well, we'll see. It's gonna be a little while before I can do anything now, as far as the click goes. But I do have troops on the way to Macau.
We still stuck at 50-50?
Yeah, like their opinion of me is not going to get any higher.
And our pressure isn't helping?
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't give me any pressure from you. Like your pressure doesn't actually help me.
Do you have someone putting pressure on him?
I do not. I've got two dudes working on something in Canada, and the other one's defending my defending my country. And you know, 'cause the United States already tried to get in here, so it's kind of important that she does this. But another thing about CK3, and maybe this is just the position that I'm in, and how maybe I wasn't so great in CK2, but I feel like alliances are more important. That they are just better to do. Like maybe the AI is just more willing to help. And also there are ways that you could actually persuade marriages rather than just the normal things. Like there are things in that sort of like specialty tree that I told you about. Actually, no, it's
John, these guys are tying up more than half of my spies. If we can get them in, that frees me up to do other stuff.
okay. I'm just okay. Let me see. I don't even know how to. All right, let's So just build intel network first, or propaganda.
Build an intel network and then put in someone to apply diplomatic pressure.
All right. I need 2 spies to do that?
I don't know, can you do it without the intel network?
Well, yeah, it stops the intel network, but it does do diplomatic pressure. All right, we'll see. All right, well, I'd have to unpause, but whenever you're ready, Steve. So yeah, I mean, the only way that I've been able to actually expand in Iberia was through marriages. First, I used Castile to take Leon, and then I used France to take pretty much everything else that I've been able to get, like Navarra, pretty much all of what would be modern Portugal, and to defend myself against other stuff. Also, another thing that's really good. Peasant rebellions don't just pop up out of nowhere. Did I tell you about this? Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah,
you did.
It's kind of like a faction that sort of appears alongside other kinds of factions that you have to kind of keep down.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I like that to be in the faction area. And then, you know, it'd be interesting to have, like, I wish diplomacy was a little more. In CK2, there is diplomacy, but it's kind of hands off a little bit.
Hmm.
you have like improved relations and that sort of thing. I would like a little bit more of a diplomatic edge to it, where maybe you can like you have like a faction. I mean, I don't know. I guess this is more of a question, but like, can you negotiate with like a peasant rebellion faction?
You can give in to their demands, which are basically like raising autonomy.
Right. Because that could be interesting in that, that might be because yeah, once there's a peasant rebellion CK2, I mean you gotta fight it. Like
Yeah.
there's not much, you can't just not do anything about it.
Yeah, you can choose to just give them what they want
Right, yeah.
in CK3, so that's good. Yeah, there's nothing that comes to my mind that is like, I definitively prefer this in CK2, like something that is in CK3 that I prefer in CK2. There are things in CK2 that just are not in CK3, but yeah. If you don't mind shelling out the cash at this point, I'd say definitely go for it.
Befehle!
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it. I've been playing RimWorld a lot recently, the last couple of days. It's a pretty wild game. Things can get pretty crazy in that game too. It's another like CK2-ish game in a way.
Mhm.
There's a lot of like interpersonal focus.
Angetreten. Bereit. Ihre Befehle. Befehle.
It also sounds really embarrassing ways to die. Like
Yeah.
I let in so basically there was like a refugee who came by and he's like, help, I'm being chased by some wolves. I'm like, oh, okay, come on, join. It's like I need more people anyway. Like 50 wolves, 400, like a lot of wolves. That was I mean, I was like, oh no. And like, just like hundreds and hundreds of wolves came. They just overran us and we all died.
And yeah, it's like, that's not what I thought you were talking about when you said...
Yeah, I didn't think he meant like 400 of them.
We good to unpause?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there we go. I didn't just unpause it. Yeah. Okay, so what's... I'm going to focus on Brazil for a little bit. Slowly but surely, we're gaining ground there. But, I mean, I think someone's boosting fascism there. I'm not sure who, though, because it's...
Might be France.
Are there any, like...
No, they're democratic.
There's no... Yeah, Slovakia is the only fascist country I'm seeing.
And it's
I'm actually working on the... I'm working on the communist education here. Yeah. That eraser-head looking guy.
It's a very big red flag we have. That we have. I just wonder. I wonder how our propaganda addresses the Slovakian question of, like, oh, don't worry about them. They're learning.
Yeah.
You're just a little bit fascist right now.
We're sending the communist Sunday school.
State owner.
Ihre Befehle. Zuhören. Zuhören. Ihre Befehle.
If we could just get these guys.
Right now I'm at 4% diplomatic pressure. 6. It's coming along.
Okay, look for whenever you get that one reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Once you do, I can move on to Burma. Or maybe just go for a long hole in India.
Hmm.
You know what? Yeah, India might not be a bad idea.
It's interesting that the United States is not at war with Mexico.
They're not interested.
Clearly not. Britain and all their little guys are, but not the United States.
Oh my god, Caius might win.
It's possible. The US doesn't want to have anything to do with it, it seems.
Honestly, when we're finally ready to fight Britain, Caius might just ask to join us.
If he were to win.
I mean, it'll be it for him, though, because then the United States will definitely get involved.
I mean, I would be able to... If I could get troops up there quickly enough, could keep the
And
line.
it's hard to defend the northern border of Mexico, though.
Yeah, it's long, flat border.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can defend the mountains pretty well, but I mean, you're already pushed back a little bit before that, like, even happens. The other thing is the United States is going to have a probably very good air superiority.
Ihre Befehle. Zuhören.
I just want to know how the Sudan ended up being the
Alright.
only country Britain did not release.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit. Achtung.
So yeah, it's kind of strange.
Befehle. Achtung. Befehle. Befehle. Bereit. Achtung. Angetreten. Ihre Befehle.
So yeah, looking at the list of opinions, if you click on my country,
Hmm?
nobody, like the allies despise both of you,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't seem to have any problem with me.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. Oh my god, Union of Britain has a very good opinion of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Union of Britain loves us. My favorite is just how much Belgium hates John.
Yeah.
Angetreten. Angetreten. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Why
Angetreten.
does Belgium hate you so much?
I told them their waffles are crap.
Achtung.
Of the three of us and all the countries in the world, Belgium and the Netherlands has the worst opinion of John.
Yeah.
Like, no one hates me or Steve as much as Belgium hates John.
Yeah.
And I haven't nuked anybody.
Befehle.
Hey, I'm on good terms with Paraguay.
We had to talk about it.
We have an understanding.
Zuhören. Befehle.
I'm kind of enjoying that Slovakia is accidentally sabotaging our attempt to recruit Brazil.
I mean, it has to be it, right? Pretty much.
They're the only people who can export fascism.
The United States should be able to, but
How did we end up with control of fascist Slovakia?
Because John took control of them before he flipped.
yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, 22% towards the pressure or whatever.
They're working on it. They're working on it. Let's give them some time.
Yeah, gotta smooth. Gotta smooth.
I'm just saying though, if Slovakia manages to flip Brazil before I do, I'm gonna be kind of pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Especially because I'm
trying.
not sure what they're gonna do then. What?
How's Afghanistan going?
That's still like 24%. Change the opinion requirements by 0.4 per day.
And they're still at 50-50?
I will take a look right now. They are.
Up, it looks like the U.S. joined the war.
Oh no, against the K's?
Yep.
Yeah, oh well, there he goes.
And Mexico made a push in that Arizona. That's kind of funny.
Oh, did Cayuse attack him? Or did Cayuse? That's possible as well. What if they wouldn't? Oh my god, I hope this happens. Come on, just, God, give me this. All I ask for.
Can we send volunteers?
Can we? I think I can send 2 guys.
Yeah, it's
I
not
think
gonna
I
help.
can too.
Achtung!
Cool.
So should we send volunteers to help them out?
Why not?
I don't see why not.
How many can I send? My maximum is limited to 5. 5
Bereit zum
positions.
Ausrücken!
Not bad. Gusto Munes, and you. I'm sending 4 divisions.
I can only send 2, so.
How funny. Okay. I just want to see what's going on to a large extent. I mean, what we could do, though, is it doesn't look like we could probably take middle Mexico.
Yeah.
We don't have to defend against the United States. At first, we would just need to take Mexico.
Yeah. Let's put them in charge of as many corps as we can.
Yeah.
And where is
in Mexico, Monterrey is the capital. Mexico City is under their control already. We can take Monterrey really easily. There's nobody there, it looks like. I mean, maybe there are, but looks like the fight in the border has calmed down a little bit. I mean, is the U.S. overextended or something?
That'd be surprising. We should probably have a lot of guys by now. Weird the United States has 60 stability. Probably because they're in Oh, this is a defensive war, isn't it?
I think this one's offensive technically. Oh, maybe not.
For them.
No, I think you're
I
right,
mean,
it
it's
isn't.
minus 30 from the war, so... Yeah. Okay.
Man. Mexico's screwing up so royally that an exiled Cayuse comes back to lead the atheists against them.
Well, looks like the Imperial Mexican project is.
A democratic empire.
United Mexican State. Well, There's more U.S. troops down here now.
Yeah. It's probably the end, but
Bereit zum
at the
Ausrücken.
very least, we could watch what goes on in.
Angetreten.
I mean, hey, if we can push. Oh, here comes the British. Yeah, they're already landing. It looks like.
Mexican operative captured. Enrique Villa. Trying to infiltrate our administration. We have basic you talk.
You know, they really should be focused on their own problems.
Yeah, it's like
now.
why are they trying to infiltrate my administration when they're at war with when they've got the Civil War going on? They were fighting the great demon Cuba before, and they're trying to take my secrets.
Which they failed to take over.
Yeah. They didn't defeat them and they didn't keep them. So, I mean, Mexico still has a CB now on.
Yeah, but they can't do anything because Cuba's part of the Allies now.
Yeah.
Because I guess the U.S. was the one who got to make the decisions.
Yep. They just lost the most troops, so they got the most score.
Well, you guys really fucked up that invasion, so I guess you can keep it.
Have Cuba as a consolation prize.
Maybe Cuba like destroyed the U.S. military, and that's why Caius is doing so well. He's still holding out. He's holding out longer than I thought he would.
Yeah.
I captured an
You know,
Australian
we gotta do
operative
is
too.
Okay, so like, what's really interesting here
Cuba is making you talk.
is that that's a different portrait for Caius than you would normally get.
Yeah, I've never seen that one before. He doesn't look like. He looks different.
He looks younger.
Yeah, younger. He looks like a young Caius.
Also a clone, must be.
1948. Caius was born in 1877.
Wow.
Yeah, he would not look like this right now.
No. That's very old.
Yeah, normally the portrait you get for Caius is the one they use for, like, El Jefe Maximo. Like, if you get that idea,
Mhm.
they use the same portrait that you see in that.
Yeah, I've never seen this picture of Caius.
I've actually seen this in game. It's, you know how some of the political leaders have a different picture for when they're in the, specifically for Mexico, for when you're there in your cabinet and when they are on the field.
Yeah.
This is the portrait that they use if Caius becomes a field marshal.
Okay.
And they're still pushing down in the Baja California, fighting some Swedish troops. Weird.
I have to say, Mexico has been one of the most entertaining parts of this campaign.
Yeah.
Mexico, because the AI can go in so many different directions.
And
Is
this
it more
direction
so?
was insane.
This direction's AIDS. Yeah. And then kayaks came back. And that's
Yeah.
crazy.
4 days, 3 days, and my troops will be there. I'm just sending 2 modern tanks.
2 days. I'm not even sure what I signed.
That's a good sign.
I send tanks, but I have no idea what I'm building. Jeez, I'm still doing light tanks. Wow.
Oh, so I'm sending gonna send planes. See if my Air Force can help out. We even have an airport. Oh, there's one.
Okay,
God.
it made it. Oh my god. Oh wow, this is a much worse situation than I thought. Yeah, the allies are already pretty much surrounded this place. Let's see. Wow, I sent maybe my worst army over. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like something you'd do. No offense. But considering your
Well, this
debacle in, like,
campaign-
East Asia.
Next campaign that we do is gonna go a lot better than this one because we started this when I was still kind of like there were a few mechanics I still wasn't like very like hadn't really figured out.
Alright, 2 divisions around in Sonora.
But yeah, I mean, my current state is still not that great. Like I should have been focusing on Navy from the beginning.
Ausrücken!
Yeah, I think the Queen campaign would be fun.
That'd be interesting. We'll put it on the
It
list.
could be interesting.
I mean, to form the HRE, you don't need the Netherlands, but you get cores on them, right?
I can check, but you can get Victoria Luis without being the HRE.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
can only get the HRE if you have Victoria Luis.
Gotcha. Oh.
Ausrücken!
I'm gonna see if I can help on the northern front.
No, you need the Netherlands to form the HRE.
Gotcha. I definitely don't want to play as the Netherlands because last time we did the
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't, and I've done Imperial Germany before.
yeah. Yeah, that's what our multiplayer was.
So I guess, and since you're doing Germany now, I figured you'd probably want to be Britain.
Yeah.
So Steve, do you have any complaints about being the Kaiserreich?
The Kaiserreich? I don't know.
Like, I'll help you get Victoria Louise, so you can get the Kaiserin.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, well, it's like, 'cause I think we're going to be doing this campaign a little bit longer. So
Yeah. But like, I haven't done Unaligned Netherlands, so, or the Netherlands at all, so.
the Netherlands are interesting. They're
Yeah,
kind of hard.
so I would, and since I've already done a couple playthroughs as Unaligned Germany, I'd rather do the Netherlands. But if you really wanted to do them, I'd do Germany.
I mean, there's a part of me that kind of wants to put the Queen in the United States. To be completely honest.
That would take some time.
That would be, yeah. And playing the United States is a headache in my experience.
It takes some time and would require one of us to not play as a country that could be a queen. Because you cannot get Wallace if you're going for Elizabeth. Like, the flag that sets Britain to allow Elizabeth II to be the head of the King's Party prevents Britain from installing an American monarchy.
No, we lost the airport.
Oh, we did?
Yep.
Ihre Befehle?
Oh no.
Jeez.
Well, there goes the nuke.
Oh,
I've
wow.
still got a.
Wait,
I've
who?
still
Oh, that
got
was you.
airport.
Must have been you, Chris, right?
Nope.
Wow.
Who nuked Mexico?
Mexico nuked United States? Like, U.S. troops in Mexico?
Well, Cayenne nuked.
Hey, do that?
Yes, Cayenne nuked the Americans.
Cayenne has nukes.
Wow. All right. Yeah, this is a very.
Oh my god.
He's like a rogue
This is
state.
fantastic.
But this is not something you would expect to see until like the 60s. It sounds like a Tom Clancy novel or something.
Like this is kind of like what like paranoid.
Conservatives would say.
This is like a paranoid conservative delusion. What's happening right here? And they nuked the American troops. Like, not only that, I mean, the thing is, the AI with nukes in this game just kind of like incredibly irresponsible.
Yeah, like it did not nuke a very good place, I don't think.
Yeah, it nuked like a stretch of desert south of Boris. But I didn't even know Caius had nukes.
And
My
he
troops
must
are
have gotten
taking
half
all-
of them in the divorce. Alright, having a civil war. Split the nukes 50-50? 50-50. Good deal. 72% in Afghanistan.
Yeah, there's still an airport in Mexico City.
Oh, okay, Mexico City. All the way down there, right.
Bereit. Ausrücken.
Yo, Ep, how's it going, man? Well, so I'm guessing you just got here. So the situation right now was that we are communist axis. Germany, Soviet Union, Iberia, and we are aiding a secularist Mexico against the democratic United Mexican States, which has been going on an imperialist rampage and is in the allies with the U.S. and Britain. And yeah, oh yeah, CK3 is really good. I'm liking it a lot. No, it's sadly not communist Mexico.
Bereit.
Don't forget the part where this secularist Mexico somehow has nuclear missiles.
Yeah, they've got nukes somehow.
Oh my god! Oh, did you hear about this? Osama bin Laden's niece is
Oh,
a QAnon supporter.
yeah, I've seen that. So weird. Like,
What a fucking weird year this is. There's no.
what? Why does anyone care?
I don't know, but it's just weird. It's just one of those things. It's just weird.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Hey, yeah, no, that's actually not like newsworthy, really.
No.
Except
Like, what's
for
she do? Is she? It's like,
right.
like what's her job? What's her career? What are her aspirations other than to stop the child sacrifice cabal?
I mean, well, I don't know. If she's a Bin Laden, she probably has plenty of money. Like,
Yeah,
they're
that's
a
true.
really rich family.
Yeah, we're talking niece, not his daughter.
Yeah, it's not like his daughter.
Like, she's got oil money. Bloody oil money.
I don't know. I'm guessing she's doing all right as far
Yeah.
as money.
But yeah, so what happened to France is that... Oh, what did happen to France?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. So I think they had a civil war.
I think they've had 2 at this point.
The United States has puppeted France. How'd they get puppeted again?
The first one?
Yeah, I mean, it's like they went fascist and they declared war on Britain or something.
Yep.
And and then US joined the Allies and defeated France.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that early part of this game
Achtung!
Yeah.
with France.
Oh man, I have very, very little reinforcement in my tanks. Moving very slowly. I don't think my tank's gonna be very helpful here.
No, I don't think my troops are going to be helpful at all in this situation. They're still taking their time. They're walking. They're like on vacation right now, basically.
Yeah.
Not a very good vacation because they're out of supply and 40% attrition. It's actually a really shitty vacation. But I mean, some of them are still by the coast. Yeah, they're moving at like no speed.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, 90% in Afghanistan.
And they're still 50-50.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna get anything until it reaches 100. We'll see.
Ihre Befehle!
This is a weird Cold War we've got going on here.
Very weird Cold War.
Yeah.
Los, los, los! Vorrücken!
Well, Kayes has made this war pretty hot.
I don't know, we're just kind of hanging out. We're just like China in the Korea War. Just kind of like helping out, being a bud.
Abstand halten!
Ooh, the US made a landing.
Yeah, I see.
This is the end for Kayes.
Yeah, my tanks are like at maybe 25% fighting efficiency. Well, 31. Getting lower.
Ausrücken!
I'm gonna send my tanks down there and see if I could stop them. So I think when we're done with this, I will play some CK2. 3. I'm gonna say that a lot for the next, like, couple months, probably.
I'm just used to saying CK2 as well.
Yeah.
CK something.
Well, that could be the first one then.
Zuhören.
%98 Afghanistan. And if this only increases opinion, then it's not gonna help, because their opinion of me is already 100.
I think it's supposed to lower requirements.
Alright, hopefully.
And let's take a look. And yeah, good old fascist Slovakia is going to be really doing a number on Brazil.
Of all the countries, Slovakia.
All the countries.
Ihre Befehle.
Do you have anyone making an intel network in Afghanistan?
No, I've got 2 people working on infiltrating Canada, and I've got the one making people, making them
then
like
that
me.
means I don't think I need to maintain my intel network here.
I mean, I am getting 20 from diplomatic pressure already before I even sent my folks, so I don't know. Alright, it's at 100%. Maybe when day ticks? Yeah, daily world tension requirement minus 10%. 0.1%, sorry. I don't know, I mean, it's just not doing it.
I guess we're not getting them. All that work for nothing.
I could ask for access? Negotiate licenses?
So I think Kaiash is going to lose the war.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's pretty rare for these to...
Ihre Befehle.
Yeah, it's like we don't even have access to... Yeah, supply is already hard. We're almost
Ausrücken.
Yeah, like, I can't even... My 2 tanks can't even take one... Oh, well. We'll see. Rebellions are almost always doomed. Pretty rare for them to ever win. Yeah, we're not even able to beat 1 division. No, make that 2 divisions.
Ziel anvisiert. Ausrücken! Zuhören! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Angetreten! Punkt! Ihre Befehle? Bereit?
My tanks are moving at like a mile an hour.
Yeah, no, my troops are like not even at the front line yet.
There is no movement.
One of them got cut off already. It's stuck way up north.
We're in rugged territory here.
Yeah, Mexico is actually pretty defendable once you're in the mountains.
Achtung! Ausrücken!
Hey Steve, send your like one little light tank to retake that port.
Befehle?
Whoa. You take the port?
Yeah, retake the port.
Yeah, we'll see if he can.
Bereit?
You just move. Yeah,
He doesn't
there you
even
go.
want to go over there. He'll get there in a year or two.
Yeah, I get you.
This guy is moving slow.
I thought modern tanks would be a little bit better at rougher terrain, but infantry may have been the way to go.
Well, considering how long it takes my infantry to get anywhere, I don't think it even matters. Because like my guys, my infantry aren't even moving very fast. In fact, looks like they're all kind of.
Männer!
Yeah, my tanks are out of fuel. But my guys are just like pushing the tanks through the hills. So I just got ropes tied to it and tugging it through the highlands. You ever tried pushing an M1 Abrams tank? Neither have I. No one has. Because it doesn't work. You're not the Incredible Hulk. You're not the Incredible Hulk, Hans.
Oh no, one of my agents got killed in Brazil.
Oof.
She's about to. Oh, neither choice chose death to avoid giving out vital information or was killed by Brazilian agents.
Hmm.
Not cool.
Yeah, that's not chill, man.
Rude.
Now you know how I felt with the Estonians.
You know,
Yeah, I think I'm just
dare
gonna.
even consider it to kill my spies.
I think I'm gonna take my spy out of Afghanistan. It doesn't seem to be helping at all. I'm gonna put her back in Germany to defend against any wild Australians getting any bright ideas.
Oh no, my other spy is captured by Brazil. What the fuck?
Or maybe we do need. Because it doesn't look like this did anything. Maybe we do actually need like an intel network.
I think you do. You do need an intel. You need to develop the intel network first.
To do diplomatic
believe-
pressure?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
No, not diplomatic pressure. Just need an intel network.
Oh, jeez. Take like months. I'm gonna look this up. Operatives can perform various missions. Diplomatic pressure. Makes AI want to accept only your faction. Requires human players to have a high tension / opinion level for joining other factions. You can add up to 20 diplomatic pressure points. I think I was already getting that from yours, Chris.
Oh, okay. I'll leave my guy here then.
Alright, yeah, because it says, like, the 50 that I have, 10 is from their opinion of me, 20 from diplomatic pressure, and 20 from world tension. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I'm actually gonna just send her to Argentina. Keep working down there. If multiple nations operatives are involved, they cancel each other out, but it's still limited. Still limited third parties. It can be used if you are competing with AI nations. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's just yeah, I'm pretty sure I was already getting a benefit.
Okay.
Still over? Not for long though. I think I gotta get moving pretty soon though.
Okay.
Try to get to sleep. Fairly reasonable time.
And give us a couple minutes as we try to wrap things up. Yeah, my tanks are not helping here that much. The Civil War is doomed.
Halt!
Cool to see.
You know, Steve, you probably don't need your guys kind of like guarding all over your territory in Africa.
Yeah, they're
You just have them on the border.
I kind of like doing this though, because I can always move them to the border, but they actually defend for Africa pretty well with the garrison mode.
Okay.
I do have some guys in the border, but then I have the other guys there, so that way they kind of it allows me to react quickly if there's a colonial war down there.
Provisional government is... Provisional government for Yugoslavia. I already have government of Yugoslavia. I know I took land from them. I'm guessing that's what they're asking for. They're not ready yet, and they will never be ready.
I wouldn't give it to them.
Yeah. It's my land. I want it. Mine.
Yeah, Turkey asked me for their land back. I said no.
Hmm. You know, it's nice of them to ask, though.
Zuhören! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Befehle!
I love that we have the Chinese People Republic, the Chinese Republic, and the Chinese Republic, and China.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the Chinese Republic?
There's two of them. So the first one is in Guangzhou, and the second one is in Taiwan.
That is very funny. Well, looks like that's it for Mexico.
Yep.
Yep.
It was still incredibly cool to see this. Especially when Kaye started dropping bombs.
Yeah. He's gonna get his due. Taking him to the Hodge. Hog? Dutch, whatever. Yep. Hopefully they'll just take Mexico City and spare my troops the indignity of being killed.
That's what I'm hoping for too.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to get going now.
Okay.
Yeah, 11:40. Yeah, I need to get going. Well, yeah, I'm down to either next Saturday or Sunday. I'm down to keep going.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to do one more thing before I forget. I'm just constructing a million things in my vassal and my puppets before we end off here. Because Venezuela just raised autonomy, and I can't be having that. I must have my boot on their throat at all times. Every Venezuelan, every Pole, every Yugoslav, all of them. They will breathe when they ask politely, and I feel like saying yes. Because we are an oppressive autocracy. No, wait, no. The other thing. We're trying to be better. We aren't Stalinists, we're Trotskyists. Nice guys. We're fixing it. It is for their own good that we build infrastructure for them. We are making them better, and we are managing...
Building infrastructure, I think that's pretty...
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty solid. I mean, we're creating jobs. Literal job creators.
We're creating jobs.
Yes. And we're actually, yeah, I mean, it's like...
Not
I mean...
in Paraguay.
The folks
Actually, Chris created lots of jobs in Paraguay.
Oh, yeah?
Oof. Yeah, I mean, we're really actually being pretty chill with the Venezuelans and the Yugoslavs. I mean, it's really only Poland and Austria. Well, only Poland and Bohemia that don't want us here.
Well, we also just let Slovakia be fascist.
Yeah, we're working on that. We're working on it.
Working on it. It takes its time.
Also, compliance in Poland, Bohemia, the bits of Austrian, like, you know, those stuff in the south, the compliance is actually pretty high. You know, if you really thought about it, like, 76% compliance, probably higher than most people are complying in the rest of our country. I'd wager. Yeah, I honestly... Yeah. I mean, can you imagine if Can you imagine if a solid 3/4 of your country was just compliant with the benevolent will of your government? I can't. All right.
So, in my Polish area, I have 89% compliance.
Yeah, I mean, in my Polish one is actually better than... Okay, you're still beating me. I've got 87 in some parts of Poland. It's in, like, the Italian, the former Italian, the former, like, Istria, Slovenia, and South Tyrol that were below 81, that were all, like, below 84, which is everything that's in, like, Poland or higher, and Bohemia. So it's doing alright. Everyone's compliant. Everyone's reasonably happy. We're increasing stability. We're improving worker conditions, actually. So yeah, you know, I forgot that we're not being the bad guys in this one. We're not that Germany.
We're not the bad Germany.
No. All right. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be done for the evening. This has been 3 hours. Tomorrow will be more Crusader Kings 3. But we still want to have proper governance over our puppets. They're not puppets, they're free. They can leave anytime they want, as long as they fill out the forms in triplicate and do it again once the first forms completely disappear through the bureaucracy. And then everyone just kind of gets bored and gives up. But it's still totally fair. Everyone's equal. Great. Alright, so until next time, thank you guys very much for joining me. Rock over London, rock on Chicago. I am Rock Omega, and have a nice day. Later.